Hello everyone, here is World Cup 2006 World Cup here in Berlin. Here we're going to start a draw for this special events. So 32 teams are qualified for this great events. So we have teams from different confederation, one from Oceania, and this is the second time. Maybe this is one of the time which Oceania is sending a team, which is Australia. So we have 4 from Asia, 5 from Africa, 4 from South America, 4 from the CONCACAF, and the rest is for Europe. So this is how the things have been done, and we have some major surprises such as in Europe, such as in South America. South America, for example, had 5 representatives because one of them will play the playoff against the Oceanian team, which is regularly Australia. And what happened just happened, and Uruguay lost to Australia, and that is how Australia can find themselves in the World Cup. So many other surprises, such as in Africa, for example, the traditional representatives in Africa are not qualified. Instead, they have been replaced so easily. For example, Cote d'Ivoire, which eliminated Cameroon, they just qualify ahead of Cameroon. Ghana ahead of South Africa, Angola ahead of Nigeria, Togo ahead of Senegal, and Tunisia was the only representative which is already at the World Cup. So big scenarios of the World Cup already. And on the side of Europe, we can notice the absence of Republic of Ireland. They had a wonderful World Cup, but obviously things did not work the way they really wanted, and this is how things are. And the coming back of Netherlands in this World Cup is about to make other challenges. We have Czech Republic after 16 years of absence, and this is how things are going to be represented as the World Cup draw is going to start very soon. welcome back to our studio once again for this ceremony of the World Cup in 2006 draw. In fact, we have 32 nations qualified for this World Cup, divided into 4 sports. Each sport contains 8 teams, and the first sport is made up of powerhouses, meaning the high-ranked team of this World Cup, which is Brazil and other one. The second sport is made up of Paraguay, Tunisia, Ecuador, meaning the CONMEBOL plus Africa plus Oceania. The third sport is made up of European only, and we have 9 European teams. So the draw can take at least two European in the group, and each group will be playing against the other. The first sport is made up of the high-ranked team. As we said earlier, we have Germany, Brazil, Argentina, France, England, Italy, Portugal, and Mexico. Germany, obviously, their host nation, and Brazil, the defending champions. Argentina, the runners-up. And the second sport is made up of Paraguay, Tunisia, Ecuador, Ivory Coast, Australia, Ghana, Angola, and Togo. These are for the second sport. The high-ranked team here in the second sport is Paraguay and Tunisia. So this is what we have on the second sport. Even though there are some surprises, some major surprises in this World Cup. The third one made up of European teams: Netherlands, Sweden, Spain, Croatia, Czech Republic, Poland, Yugoslavia, Switzerland, and Ukraine. This is for the third sports, and this is where we will land on for the European team. And the fourth sports made up of USA, Colombia, Japan, Costa Rica, Saudi Arabia, Islamic Republic of Iran, and Trinidad and Tobago. So these are the teams qualified for the World Cup, divided in 4 sports and in 8 groups match. The first team to be drawn here on the first sport, obviously the host nation, because it will be the rules have now changed in the FIFA. The first team is Germany. Germany, the host nation, 3-time world champions, 1974, 1954, 1974, and 1990. They were eliminated earlier the winning 11 World Cup, the last winning 11 World Cup, the round of 16 by Belgium, which is not qualified for this World Cup, and this time they came with other ambitions, maybe to win the 4th one with the young head coach Jürgen Klinsmann. Position 4, Germany, A1. A1 meaning Germany will go to Group A. A4, Germany, the host nation, 3-time world champions, and people will surely want to know what they're capable of. The second team to come out is England. England, winner of this tournament back in 1966. The match they host, the competition they host in 1966. ended up at the last edition of the quarterfinal against Republic of Ireland 3-1, and now they're coming back with this new ambition with great stars, and third in the winning 11 ranking, meaning England has such ambition to come back into this World Cup as well. Well, England quite impressive all this while with one of the best league of the world, with Manchester United. Position for England B1. B1 for England, meaning they will be playing in Frankfurt. Any other nation to come from the sports? Thank you. It's Italy. Italy, three-time world champions. 1934, the second team to win the World Cup. 1938, 90, 82, eliminated at the round of 16 by England. Position for Italy C1, qualified top of the group during the qualifying campaign. So Italy is a real contender for this World Cup. Next one to be drawn from this group is Argentina. This is another case of Argentina, winner of the 1978 and 98 World Cup. So twice the winner, and they're coming back with this new ambition. Lost as runners-up, ended up as runners-up against Brazil in the final of the winning 11 World Cup. So Argentina in position D1 will go to Group D after they qualify ahead alongside with Brazil. The next one to be drawn is France. France, winner of the 1986 World Cup, winning 11 World Cup. They are coming back with other ambitions this time. Maybe they ended at the last edition, they ended up at the third place behind Argentina and Brazil, and coming back with this new ambition to break out these records. France, as we can see right here, ended up prematurely in the European Championship. France position E1. Sure, E1 for France. And as they ended top of their group ahead of Switzerland, there was no match in this group anyway. The next one to come out from the sports, and it's Brazil. Brazil, the winner, five-time world champions, 1958, 1962, 1970, 1994, and 2002. This is the defending champions, the current defending champions. Current champions. Position for Brazil is F1. F1 meaning they are going to start their game in Berlin Olympiastadion, but now to know the opponent, that is something else. I will find out maybe after the draw. The third one in the sport is Mexico. Mexico will go immediately to Group J. J1 for Mexico. Mexico ended up with the round of 16 in the last edition, third place at the 1986 World Cup. Position for Mexico J1. We can remember that. Since then, it's been very difficult for Mexico, even though they tried to get their head out of the water at the last edition as the loss against Cameroon 2-1. The next one is Portugal. Portugal will be closing. Portugal, yes. Portugal with a new generation of talented players such as Figo and Pauleta ended up at the last edition at the round of 16 by Brazil at the penalty shootout, and now Portugal also ended up as runners-up of the European Championship as the loss against Greece, and now position for Portugal H1. The second spot is made up of Paraguay, Tunisia, Ecuador, Ivory Coast, Australia, Ghana, Angola and Togo. So as we can see, it's made up of South American, Oceania and Africa. So 5 from Africa, 2 from South America and 1 from Oceania. So this is how it is made up. As the high ranked team here is Paraguay. The first team to be taken is Ghana. Ghana will go to the group of Germany. Ghana first time to qualify to the World Cup. 4-time winner of the African Cup of Nations. Qualify ahead of South Africa. So Ghana will be heading the group of Germany. And we hope A2. A2 meaning Ghana will be opening the game with Germany. Germany versus Ghana, that will be the opening game of the 2006 Winning 11 World Cup. So let's go for the next team to come out is Australia. Australia, second time they've been taking part in this World Cup. The last time was back in 1974 in Germany, and they're still waiting another time for them to score at least in the World Cup, and they will be having this chance, maybe position for Australia B2, meaning they will be opening against England in Frankfurt. So England versus Australia, that will be the first game for England. The Three Lions has a lot to prove here in this competition. So the next one is Paraguay. Paraguay third in the South America qualifier, just behind Brazil and Argentina. Paraguay first performance was round of 16 at the 1986 World Cup, and as well 90 and 2002 as the loss against Republic of Ireland and the last minute of the game. Position for Paraguay C2 as they will be playing Italy on the side of Hamburg. The third nation to come out here is Coastal. Is it? Yes. Is Tunisia. Tunisia. This is the third time, the fourth time they've been taking part in this World Cup. Back 1978, 1998, 2002, and this time 2006. The first ever African victory in the World Cup, that was against Mexico. They never reached the round of 16 afterward. So Tunisia will be playing against the runners-up of the last World Cup, Argentina. D2 on side of Nuremberg. The next one to be taken is Ecuador. Ecuador will be calling the group of France. Ecuador second time they've been taking part in this World Cup. They have been fourth in this qualifiers campaign for the CONMEBOL in South America, just behind Argentina and Brazil. position for Ecuador as the last World Cup was a complete disaster. This time they were to correct to get everything right. The next one for is Togo. Togo will be playing the group of Brazil. That's not a gift at all. But anyway, Togo for the first time in the World Cup, they eliminated Senegal as they're ready to prepare for the AFCON, as they have in Emmanuel Adebayo, who was the best scorer on the African qualifier campaign. 11 goals, the player of Arsenal, Emmanuel Adebayo, here to show all his talents, and alongside a great team, and Stephen Keshi, the head coach of Togo. Position for Togo, F3 for this West African country. Maybe the challenges, the surprises as well. And the next one to come out here, we have Ivory Coast, we have Angola, and it is Angola, first time they're taking part in this World Cup. Qualify ahead of Nigeria as they created a great shock in the World Cup, leaving Nigeria behind. They're coming also with this ambition as well to take part of and print them marked. Angola, position for Angola, the group of Mexico, J3 meaning they will be playing and Mexico on their second game. And the next one is the one left is Ivory Coast. So Ivory Coast will automatically go with Portugal for this West African country who created a great sensation of DJ Drogba of Chelsea, the great man who just led Ivory Coast toward the World Cup, the first ever World Cup, and they broke every suspicion against Cameroon, which was quite a finalist at the last edition, the winning 11 World Cup. And now it is Ivory Coast versus Portugal, H2. So these are the teams that's already been drawn for the first and the second spot. We have Germany versus Ghana, which is already the opening game of the World Cup. France and Ecuador, Brazil and Togo, Mexico, Angola, Portugal and Ivory Coast. So these are the nations that already been drawn. So this one, the powerhouses know already which team they're going to encounter during this World Cup for at least for the second sports. Here is the third sport made up of European nations. The strongest here is Netherlands. We have Netherlands, we have Spain, and all the teams that are coming with such a strength right now. Everybody want to, maybe every team from their powerhouses trying to avoid Netherlands mostly, and mostly Spain as well. The first one to come out is Serbia-Montenegro. Serbia-Montenegro, the first team to come out, as they are going to play one of the South American powerhouses. We have Argentina, we have Brazil, we have Mexico. One of them needs to be chosen to be player up with, and it's Argentina, which is chosen position for Argentina, D3 for Argentina. So Argentina, Tunisia and Serbia Montenegro ended all as Yugoslavia, one of the strongest team in Europe back in the years. The next one to be taken is Poland will join the group of Germany, Poland as they broke the had sensations 1974 at the third place, 1982 only this year they were so brilliant, but after that it was quite difficult, ending up at the round of 16 at the last edition against France, 4-1 position for Poland, A3. On the side of Dortmund will be Germany versus Poland. Everybody will be expecting that. Czech Republic will go in the group of England. So this is a very terrible group. Czech Republic ended up just behind Netherlands, where they were semi-finalists at the European Championship, losing to Greece. So Czech Republic is also one of the biggest underdog of this World Cup. Nobody will surely expect them, but they come in with such ambitions, at least to break up the lines. So this is what we can see from Czech Republic. Jan Koller, Milan Baros, who was one of the top scorers at the European Championship. So Czech Republic still on the wait. Jan Koller, Milan Baros and Pavel Nedved. And surely against England, nobody knows exactly the position they will be taking. Yes, thank you. Position for Czech Republic, B3. B3 for Czech Republic. So England, Australia and Czech Republic. And the fourth team to come out. No, we're already on the fifth teams. That is Switzerland. Switzerland will land on the group of Italy. Switzerland, the last time they took part in the World Cup was back in 1994. Ended up against Netherlands at the winning 11 World Cup, 3-2 against Netherlands. And a great record already in the World Cup, but not so great like that, because at 1954 they had to play against Austria. Position C4 for Switzerland. So we have Italy, Paraguay and Switzerland. The next one to be drawn from these sports. Yes, thank you. And this is Spain. Spain, the same group of Argentina and Serbia, Montenegro. This group is already complete. Spain, semi-finalists at the 1950 World Cup, still trying to find their way. And the last World Cup they ended up on the group stage against Nigeria when they had the possibility to do more, and this time they came up with new players and new ambitions as well. Position for Spain, D4 for Spain, Argentina, Tunisia, Serbia, Montenegro and Spain. These are the teams for the group D. So that is the group of death. And the next one, Sweden on the group of France. As record, they were runners up at the 1958 World Cup, losing to Brazil 5-2. Last World Cup, they didn't qualify for the round of 16, losing against Senegal. This time, what are they going to do? They have such players like Henrik Larsson and Zlatan Ibrahimovic. What surprise can they offer us against a team like France? E2 for Sweden. So the next one, and it's Ukraine. Ukraine, first time they're taking part in this World Cup as independent nation. Ukraine, part of Soviet Union, taking up on Soviet Union, semi-finalists at the 1966 World Cup. Ukraine is qualified at the playoff and they will be playing against Togo. Togo and Brazil in the same group. The first game for Ukraine. The next one, the last one is Croatia. It's Netherlands. Netherlands has been chosen. Netherlands in the group of Mexico. Now the position left 2 and 4. Netherlands runners up at the 1974 World Cup and the 1978 against Argentina. At the last edition, they didn't take part. The last time they really took part, that was back in 1998, losing to Brazil 2-0 at the semi-final round. And now Croatia are the group of Portugal. Croatia qualifying at the third time for this edition as an independent nation, separated from Yugoslavia. Croatia is doing well as they ended up top of the group, the qualifying group, with Sweden. Position H3. H3 for Croatia, meaning Portugal has a lot to do. The next sport is made up of United States, South Korea, Japan, Costa Rica, Saudi Arabia, Iran, and Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad and Tobago, this is their first World Cup ever in this World Cup, so the drawing is going to start very soon as it has just begun. So 4 Asian team and 2 South of 4. This is 4 Asian team years, and Costa Rica has been drawn. Costa Rica in the same group with Germany. Position is already known. Is A4, meaning we have Germany, Ghana, Poland, and Costa Rica. So the first one that will be A4. Yes, Germany, Ghana, Poland, and Costa Rica. This group is complete and affordable for Germany. The next team to come out is Japan. Japan ended up at the round of 16 back in 1998. A disaster in 2002 as they never scored a goal on the Japanese World Cup, and this time they're coming back with other ambitions. Position already known, B4 for Japan. So we have England, Australia, Czech Republic, and Japan. I think this will be a very strong group. Next one to come out of this sport is USA. USA record semi-finalist at the 1930 World Cup, the first ever World Cup held in Uruguay. Qualified at the second position behind Mexico. USA coming with this goal to achieve something great. Position C3, and a real disaster at the last World Cup. They really want to make it right. as they'll be competing the Group C with Italy, Paraguay, and Switzerland. The next one to come out from the next is Trinidad and Tobago in the group of France. Trinidad and Tobago. Harry and Trinidad and Tobago, first time they're qualifying for a World Cup, went to the playoff against Bahrain, and won the game at the away leg, 1-0 draw game at the return leg. That's how they could find themselves in Germany. Heat 3 for Trinidad and Tobago. The next one as well is Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia in the group of Brazil. Saudi Arabia, this is the 4th time they're taking part in the World Cup tournament, and they've been regular. Saudi Arabia never qualified for the round of 16. They have tried so many times, but this time maybe this is the right time position for Saudi Arabia. F2 meaning the opening game will be against Brazil on the the city of Berlin at the Olympia Stadium. The next one, we have South Korea, we have Islamic Republic of Iran. It is South Korea that's been drawn. South Korea, all the great records, 1986, 1990. 1990 was the time South Korea ended all the quarterfinals. Quarterfinal 1990, 2002 tried to hold Brazil at the quarterfinal until Ronaldo ended every South Korean's dreams. Position J4 with Mexico, Netherlands, and Angola. And the last one is Iran. Iran, the Islamic Republic of Iran. This is the 3rd time they're taking part in the World Cup. Still looking up for something great. The only victory was against Tunisia, and we hope they're coming to try a strong position in this group made up of Portugal, Ivory Coast, and Croatia. So the draw is complete here on the side of Berlin. So the Group A made up of Germany, Ghana, Poland, and Costa Rica. Group A, England, Austria, Czech Republic, Japan. Group C, Italy, Paraguay, United States, Switzerland. Group D, Argentina, Tunisia, Serbia, Montenegro, and these are the final groups. So each team really knows its opponent, and that's how it's going to start. Germany, Ghana, Poland, and Costa Rica. This group seems to be affordable to Germany. It will be very difficult to say they can cross this group, as we can see the quality player they can have as well. The Group B made up for England seems to be very strong, because we have Austria who qualified for this World Cup through the South American playoff, and now they are here for the 2nd time. Czech Republic is the former Czechoslovakia. We can try them from their previous records. Italy, Paraguay, United States, Switzerland. Italy and Paraguay and United States were the last World Cup, and nobody knows how things are going to change here. And in Group D we have Argentina, Tunisia, Serbia, Montenegro, and Spain. This is the group of death. Spain did not qualify, but they are coming this time. They did not qualify the last edition for the round of 16, but this time they came up to try that again. And the next one It is France, Sweden, Trinidad and Tobago, and Ecuador. This is an affordable group for France. We don't think they will be the strongest opposition can really come from Sweden and Ecuador, but nobody knows what kind of surprise can be ahead of us as things are now unforeseen. Brazil, Saudi Arabia, Togo and Ukraine. This is the group of Brazil. The first game of Brazil will be against Saudi Arabia on the side of Berlin, and everybody will be expecting this game as Ronaldinho will come back for these events. Mexico, Netherlands, Angola, South Korea. That's for the Group J. One of the strongest team expected here is Netherlands. Mexico vs Netherlands. That will be another game on the side. And the Group H, Portugal, Ivory Coast, Croatia, Islamic Republic of Iran. That will be very tough between Portugal and Croatia, and Ivory Coast of DJ Drogba. So everybody was surely expecting something great. So as you can see, the opening game of this World Cup will be Germany versus Ghana on the side of Munich Allianz Arena. Everybody will surely expect this game. So thanks for this is the opening game of the World Cup, Germany versus Ghana. After that, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you can. Stay tuned to our channel as the World Cup continues.